Good evening, Brittany. I hope you're doing well. Um, I wanted to say, you said, excuse me for rambling, but I feel like I'm always rambling, especially this week. This week has been rough, exhausting, frustrating, just emotional. So, um, you did fine. I enjoyed listening to your post. Um, I also enjoyed the TED Talk by Jasmine Roberts. She's tired of talking about race. And when I saw the title, I was like, I feel you, sis. Like, I feel you. I totally understand where she's coming from. I did not read the comments. So I was happy to hear, some of your takeaways from the comments. Some people saying that she was playing the victim. She was playing the race card. But as soon as you said that, I thought to myself, like she's just telling her lived experience. Um, she can't help who she is. She can't help the color that she is. We can't help that. And you said something else, like like she's constantly battling the world. And it's true. It's just like we're constantly trying to defend ourselves or our race, and it's just exhausting. Like, and I mean, you get tired of just doing it. I wrote down, we didn't choose this fight, but it's one that we have to continue to do. One that we have to continue putting in the work, just to acknowledge and to understand, not just about being black, but about other people of color and you know other groups that are battling and having to fight for their rights, or for the right to be in this space. And I like that you said that she was bringing awareness because she wants this problem to be solved. And I think that's why, we're having so many of these conversations. It's never gonna end, unfortunately. And I keep seeing this like from week to week. Like it's just an ongoing thing. It's a process. And when you were talking about the article Equity in Libraries, and I think you were asking like, how can you change the narrative? But you're already doing the work, just by taking this course, just by learning more about other about people of color, about other races and other people that are not like you. So you're already doing the work. And I think that's like a step in the right direction. As far as that article, when it talked about the rules in the library, when you were talking about that and how, some rules can't be bent, that's true. It's across the board for everybody. But some rules can, and I think it just depends on the librarian or the library staff, how they handle situations and handle the youth in the libraries. I wrote down, I working at the state library in my job, we go out to all the libraries across the state, just doing site visits. We go out to visit if they're having issues or just if they're having events, just to be supportive. But we get a lot of tours of the libraries. It's one part of my job that I love, is that I do get to go out and visit other libraries, see their facilities, see how different they are, talk to the staff, and I really love how libraries are thinking about children's spaces, especially teen spaces, and how they're trying to make those spaces more inclusive and making it an area where they know how teens are. They want to play games, they're talking, they're laughing. So they're making a space for them where they won't bother the other people in the library, and the other people in the library won't bother them. So I really like that libraries are really thinking about that. Architects and boards, library boards, and public library directors are really putting thought into those spaces. And also just signage. How I've always said to my daughters, like, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it, right? And so when I walk into a library, I've walked into a couple of libraries, and in the bathrooms, on the back of the door, there's 5, 6 pieces of paper on there with "don't do this, don't do that, don't," and it's all in caps. What is that saying to somebody? Like, what? In the bathroom, you know? And so when you get into the stacks and there's more signs, there's more sheets of paper with rules saying don't do this, don't do, it's really a turnoff. Even as an adult, like, I don't want to see, like, it's just a negative, it just puts a negative feel to being in the library. And I wrote down, sometimes the library is the only place or the space that young people have. I mentioned in my original post, in the Project Ready module, and it was talking about how instead of detention, this school is offering kids opportunity to do meditation in order to, keep them grounded and centered, instead of like putting them in detention or suspending them. And I was just saying that we don't know what these kids are going through at home. We don't know what they have to go home to when they leave us. So that's why it's our job to be, have some compassion, some empathy, just be kind. You don't know these kids and their situation. So thank you for your posts. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, just keep learning. We're all in this together. Have a good week.